Welcome to the channel, guys. More health, more wealth. As you can probably tell by the title, I'm just going to be delving into all things corporate finance related, given it's my profession, sort of area of expertise, if I don't say so, and then sort of personal finance matters and just general advice that I would have liked to have had growing up, and then just sprinkling in a bit of fitness and some left field stuff just to keep you all guessing. I'm just going to give you a quick slideshow, high production, just to give you a bit of background. All right, enough faffing about. Let's just jump into it, guys and girls. But remember here that this is a very much a corporate finance angled resume. This is not something that, I would perhaps put forward as something for a sales type role or anything like that. This is very much a, pretty stock standard vanilla corporate finance CV that should put you in pretty good stead. So from the top, you want to obviously have your name on your resume. That's probably the most important thing. A contact number, a contact email. So if you're fortunate enough to get the job, they can actually get back to you in that regard. And then probably the first point of call is your education. So for someone who's probably 5 to 10 years post qualified in terms of university education, this is probably more relevant to have up the top. And if you're part of any institute at all, whether it be the chartered accountants or CPA or anything like that, that's obviously good information to get in as well. I've got in here my Bachelor of Commerce over pretty much the name of my degree that I studied at Sydney Uni, and my weighted average mark has been redacted because, to be honest, it wasn't too red hot, which is fine because, especially if you're trying to undertake a bit more of extracurricular activities, I think recruiters and employers are a bit more understanding. But the reality at the end of the day is if you want to be sort of going for those bulge bracket top firms, you do have to have a pretty competitive WAM to get your foot in the door, regardless of if you're a good sportsman or debater or any other extracurricular activities you've got on your belt. And then just moving on to employment. So this should really focus on your most recent and relevant experience. So as you can see here, I've got my job title up here, AD, transactions, M&A. And that's, to be frank, that's quite a broad bucket brush. Within M&A, as most of you are aware, and I can delve into this into separate videos. There's a lot of different streams of mergers and acquisitions, and it's not just lead advisory work. There is the due diligence element, particularly for big four and boutique firms that be it on the acquisition and vendor side, so that's buy side and sell side, and then financial modeling, valuations. There's all these different engagement types that fall under the sort of umbrella of corporate finance, but at the end of the day have very different practical applications in terms of project deliverables and the actual skill set that you need to develop in order to be successful in these different verticals. And then it's obviously very good to have, an overview of the industries that you're exposed to. And the fact of the matter is, as a boutique corporate finance firm that I'm a part of, we're very much generalist in that sense. So you do get a broad range of clients and engagement types, and, everything from fund administrations to telecom, freight logistics, hobby and gaming, fitness and recreation. You get really broad exposure, and you get to develop a real commercial sense for different types of businesses. And then if you're a member of the financial modeling panel or any other sort of internal items there, so like this is something I'm part of in my current organization, so it's good to have it in there, as that you've got a bit of well respected by your peers in that sense, and if you can include a promotion timeline or time frame, and just sort of butter yourself up a little bit, within reason. It's pretty oftentimes, as I was saying before, you want to be pretty objective and pretty straightforward in a resume. You don't want to really embellish things too much, because at the end of the day, in a corporate finance environment, and particularly if you're a lateral hire, you will get found out. And then obviously I started out at Deloitte and Big Four, and everyone has different opinions about Big Four environment, but I had a great time and at Deloitte, and it's really, it was a great experience to really get your feet underneath yourself and learn what sort of area you're passionate about and what you want to go into long term. a Big Four is a great place to have that, because you do get your feet put to the fire. At the end of the day, it's all about, you know, building up your experience and, you know, getting qualified, and then, you know, you can choose from there after 2 or 3 years if you want to continue on that professional services path, move into commercial, or like myself, move into more of a, you know, advisory type role in a mergers and acquisitions capacity there. And then ultimately, you know, you want to know that who you're interviewing does have a life out of work. I played sport for, you know, the better part of my life, and I've only recently quit due to, you know, a number of injuries, and, you know, your priorities shift as you get older and move up the ranks with work. But it's very much a good thing to have in your resume around, you know, if you do play sport, if you have previously played sport, or any sort of team sport. It doesn't have to be a, you know, fully fledged, you know, Gordon Rugby Football Club, or you can be, you know, your OzTag team, your social basketball team. A lot of people do, you know, martial arts or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and all that stuff is, you know, testament to the fact that, you know, you're able to, you know, work in a team, build up discipline, and all that type of stuff is, you know, important to a recruiter or an employer, because you want to know, at the end of the day, you got to work with these people long term, and being a good cultural fit is important as well. And then, of course, if you've won any awards, like myself, as I've said, for the last 6 to 7 minutes, then you want to bring that to light as well, because it demonstrates that you're not, you know, you're well respected in your field, you're well respected by your peers, and that's something that, you know, ultimately you should be pretty proud of. And then referees are available upon request. You want to know if you've secured the bag before your people get called. So that's something that to keep in mind there. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If this is the sort of content that interests you, and just more broadly, or just around the corporate finance type world, whether it be financial modeling, might be a topic that might interest people, or other things of that nature, hit the like and subscribe button. Ciao for now. Bye.